Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to the Etiquette and Protocol channel. I'm Juliana Santiago. And in today's video, following Andrea Bassos' suggestion, I'm going to talk a little more about etiquette. How should you act when staying at someone else's house? In this video, I selected 7 practices that are important. I would even say fundamental. For you who are going to spend some time at someone's house, you're going to sleep at this person's house. Whether it's for vacation, because you're going to spend some time enjoying yourself with that person, or even for a specific need that made you stay at someone's house. The first point is really to pay attention to the amount of luggage you bring to the house where you are going to stay. So imagine you're going to spend 5 days at someone's house and you bring 3 huge suitcases, right? That barely fit in that person's house. So be careful with bringing too much luggage. Try to be a bit more minimalist, someone who only brings what's necessary. An important point here is to ask the person what they need. So ask if you need to bring towels, if you need to bring your own clothes from home, or even possibly your pillow. Ask questions to avoid being caught off guard. And this is a very important point because you show, even if unintentionally, that you don't want to be a bother. And when we're guests, we don't want our host to feel that way, and neither does the host. He feels a bit more at ease because sometimes you need to bring a towel to your friend's house, but he's embarrassed to tell you. So when you ask in advance, you avoid all of that. It makes things a lot easier. The second thing is to actually bring a gift for the person who's going to host you. So don't forget to bring a little treat. We've already talked about this in another video here on the channel. I'll leave it in the cards and description. It's a video about visits. How can you be a good guest when you go to someone's house for lunch, for dinner, or for a get-together with friends? So bringing a gift is always very special. When you're going to spend some time at this person's house, it really makes a lot of sense. Bringing a little something as a thank you, that's very, very generous, okay? The gift or gifts that you're going to bring for your host, they can follow the same line as what I already mentioned in the previous video. So things that are more neutral, sometimes something for the house or a bottle of wine, a box of chocolates, but of course it can also be something more special. Since it's someone who is going to host you at their house, usually you have a bit more intimacy with that person, so you know them very well. Choose a gift that truly suits the person's personality and reflects who they are. Something you chose with care, that you really looked for to show your gratitude and express how happy you are with that person, for welcoming you there, for those days you spent together. Still talking a little about the issue of causing trouble that I mentioned earlier, one thing that will make things a lot easier, that the host will notice that you are a good guest, that will make you a good guest. It's when you can solve your own problems by yourself, right? Many times we stay at someone's house and then, for example, you forgot your toothbrush and you go to the host and say, "Oh, I forgot my toothbrush." Then it happens, I don't know, that you forget your phone charger and then you go to the host. "Oh, I forgot my phone charger." All the time, you're kind of signaling to the person that you need something. Even though you're not doing it to bother the person, they end up worrying about you because they're hosting you and they want to do it, right, in the best way possible, or at least they should try to, right? To be a good host, to host someone, to do everything for that guest. That's why, as a good guest, you should already have that proactivity. For example, if you forgot your toothbrush. "Look, I need to go to the pharmacy." Then the person will ask you, "Do you need to go to the pharmacy?" You'll say, "Yeah, I'm already going. I'll order what I need from the pharmacy app." "Oh, why?" "I forgot my toothbrush." If the host has a toothbrush, he'll go to his house and get you a new toothbrush, right? What? Sometimes we have some toothbrushes stored in our cabinet that are new, that we bought and have in stock. Then the person will give you one. But be someone who already comes with the solution to your own problems, you know? It helps a lot because otherwise the host has to spend all their time worrying if you're being well taken care of. Continuing here with our points. One important thing you need to understand is that a good guest usually follows the schedule of that house. So if you're someone who likes, for example, to sleep in late, if you like to wake up at 1 in the afternoon, staying in a house where people have a routine of waking up a little earlier. Sometimes the friend who wakes up early and does a lot in the morning isn't really a friend. The best house for you to stay in, because a good guest ends up adapting to the routine of that house. So if breakfast in that house has a set time to be served, right? Of course, if people, for example, have breakfast at 7 o'clock, you can have it at 7:30, sometimes at 8 o'clock. Here, we're discussing a much larger window. For instance, people usually have breakfast at 7 or 7:30. Then you go have breakfast at 11 in the morning while people are already thinking about lunch. To be a good guest, it's essential that you think about fitting in with that situation, with the house where you're staying. And if that kind of routine isn't your style, then I recommend staying at someone else's house or even looking for a hotel. There you'll have more freedom to manage your schedule and your lifestyle. And before I continue sharing these tips that will turn you into an excellent guest, are you already subscribed to the channel? Did you like this video already? Have you turned on the notification bell so you get notified when I release new videos and stay updated? The Etiquette e Protocolo channel posts a new video each week. And don't forget to follow me on social media at Etiquette e Protocolo so you can access even more content. To answer more of your questions, I'm always here and will keep sharing what sets you apart. Still talking a bit more about routine. One important point to keep in mind is that you don't have to do everything. With the host of that house, you can feel free to do other activities, to go for a walk. Sometimes the person, the host of the house is in a work routine while you're really there to enjoy yourself. You're in that kind of mood, right? You're in more of a vacation vibe. You can talk to that person and say you want to go out and that the host doesn't necessarily have to go with you for everything you want to do. Of course, it's essential that if you want to meet other people or even go on other outings without the host, you should ask them if they haven't already planned to do something with you. Imagine you're staying at a friend's house. He made a great plan to spend the whole day with you, show you lots of cool things in the city, and take you on different outings. And then you go and want to meet up with another friend of yours who lives in that same area. That wouldn't be nice. The person will be really upset because they're hosting you and they're really happy to be there with you. But of course, like I said, if, for example, the person has their own routine, has their work routine, and they won't be able to go out with you, don't be the person who waits for the host to do everything with you. Explore the world, walk the city, be independent. This will make things easier. So the person won't constantly wonder, is Juliana enjoying herself? Wow, are these days here at my house enjoyable for her? When she sees that you're already doing a lot of things, getting involved, she'll realize that you're loving being there. And you also won't be causing her any trouble. In the video, I talked about that thing with the candies, right? About you having all that baggage. And really, this can be something that might get in the way of the host's space a little. But another key point is for you to really be organized. So, for example, you use the bathroom to take a shower, the bathroom got wet, let's dry the bathroom. For example, you woke up in the morning, let's make the bed. Do some things that will really show the person that you take care of their house just like you take care of yours, or at least you should, right? Take care of your house. Don't you make your bed every day at home? But when you're staying at someone else's house, try to do those things that make the home more organized, right? A better atmosphere will make a big difference. So the person will see you as a good guest and you'll always be welcome to spend a few days at your friend's house, right? I really enjoy having guests over, and I also love staying at other people's houses. It's really nice. Even when we have friends we're close to, having that daily contact and exchange, right? Being so present in someone's personal space is really something very enjoyable, and it brings you much closer to the other person. The 7th point is to really pay attention to how long you stay. Every time you stay at someone's house, it's essential to have a general idea of the days and the period you'll be staying there. For example, is it 5 days a week or 3 days? What's the time frame? Of course, unexpected situations can happen where you might have to stay a little longer or even leave earlier. All of this can be discussed, okay? But know that when you go to someone's house, there's usually a day for you to arrive and a day for you to leave. Imagine if you end up overstaying and put the host in a complicated situation where they have to ask you to leave, right? It won't be pleasant at all, and it could even cause a problem in your relationship overall. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these mistakes, these habits, do you think people need to improve on a bit more? If you have a friend who stays over a lot, or if you also stay at other people's houses, what do you think you need to improve as well? I really want to know. As I said, there's another video about guest etiquette. For example, when visiting someone for lunch, dinner, or just a visit. Anyway, I'll leave the video here on the side so you can watch it next. Remember that there are new videos every week here on the channel, and I'll be waiting for you. That's it. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.